Hey there, Celestial Mystics. It's your girl, Tiffany Satchel, your 1111 coach. Welcome back. If this is your first time viewing my content, I hope you subscribe. Because on this channel, we talk about angels. We talk about magic, we talk about universal laws, and we talk about tarot. We also believe, without a doubt, that we deserve perfect health, abundant wealth, perfect self-expression, and relationships that are love-based and fair exchanges of energy. And I hope I can make you a believer too. Make sure my okay. Okay, so today I want to share a short story that I hope will help you master your life. It's about the law of paradox. How opposites not only coexist, but are the essential pieces to balance in the universe. All right. So this law recognizes the movement of energies in 4 dimensions simultaneously. Okay. So we have the law of cause and effect, which is also the law of karma. Okay, along with the law of inertia, the law of microcosm and macrocosm, and the law of vibration. I'm going here on the parkway. Okay. Now, I'll explain each of these laws at the end of the video, just in case you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I want to share my short story first because of what I experienced in my court case. What I experienced in my court case is actually tied to the law of paradox. If you haven't seen the video, it's located in the 1111 Coach Car Chats playlist. Spring Valley. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to try not to make this video too long. But I hope you find it helpful and interesting if it is, alright? I'm going to try and go here. I hope not. Okay. Alright. Once upon a time, in a tranquil village, nestled between the mountains and the sea, lived a wise woman named Althea. She was renowned for her deep understanding of the world's mysteries, and people from all over would seek her counsel, especially when life's puzzles seemed unsolvable. One crisp autumn morning, a young man named Orion came to Althea with a troubled heart. His eyes were full of confusion. In his hand, he held his lucky pebble. He took it everywhere he went. He would pull it out and hold it whenever he felt overwhelmed with life, to remind him that just as God created it with a purpose, so too was he created with a purpose. And it always made him feel better. It always made everything make sense for him, whatever he was going through. Althea. My life is full of contradictions, Orion said. The harder I work, the less I seem to achieve. The more I love, the more I fear losing everything. How can I make sense of this? The pebble you blessed me with isn't working today. I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. Althea smiled gently and led Orion to a nearby stream. The water was calm, reflecting the golden hues of the morning sun. She took the pebble from his hand and held it above the water. Orion, she said softly, life's paradoxes are like this pebble. When I drop it into the stream, watch what happens. She let the pebble fall, and they both observed as the ripples spread across the waters. Spread across the water's surface. Touching the stones and leaves, altering the flow of stream in subtle ways. This is the law of paradox, Althea explained. On the surface, it seems that opposites should cancel each other out. Strength and weakness, love and fear, effort and failure. But in truth, they're a part of the same whole. The ripples of your actions reach further than you realize, influencing not just your life, but the world around you. As the ripples slowly faded, Orion felt a sense of clarity. So my struggles are not in vain. Not at all. Every action, every thought, every intention creates a vibration that affects the universe in ways you may never fully see. The key is to trust the process and to understand that even while life seems contradictory or confusing, it's part of a greater balance. Orion left the village that day with a newfound sense of peace and understanding that paradoxes in his life were not obstacles, but pathways to deeper wisdom. He learned to embrace life's contradictions, knowing that they were part of the dance of existence. A dance that was both mysterious and beautiful. Now let me tie this back to a real life experience that I recently had. As I mentioned earlier, my court case victory, okay? The law of paradox was at full effect. Dang, look at all this traffic. Okay. You see, just like Orion, I found myself in a situation that seemed contradictory. I was issued a ticket for tinted windows, something that felt unfair, especially considering the circumstances. But instead of accepting it as just bad luck, I decided to work with the energies of the universe. I set my intention clearly and performed a ritual during Virgo season, which is all about new beginnings and clarity. I called upon the energies of justice and fairness and protection, and trusted that the universe will align in my favor. What happened next was nothing short of the law of paradox in action, or a blessing. So when I showed up for my virtual court session, I wasn't the only one there with a case about tinted windows. There were others in the same situation. And as the session went on, I watched as case after case for tinted windows was dismissed. When it was my turn, my charge was dismissed without any explanation. It was as if the universe had decided that justice and fairness would ripple through that virtual courtroom. Just like the ripples in the stream, in the story of Althea and Orion, my intention for fairness didn't just affect me. It resonated outward, influencing the outcomes to everyone else with similar cases that day. This is the power of the law of paradox. When you align yourself with positive energies, the effects can extend far beyond 18 minutes. Dang. The effects can extend far beyond your immediate situation. Now, let's go over the 4 laws I mentioned earlier, because understanding these laws will help you to set better intentions if you want to begin practicing magic. Okay? Now, the first law. So it's going to be 5 laws. Yeah. All right. The first law, the law of paradox, which is the ultimate mind bender. All right. It's the idea that 2 seemingly opposite things can both be true at the same time. Okay? For example, think about how you can feel super confident in one moment, but also be a little bit scared inside. Both feelings exist together and they influence each other. This law also recognizes that energy and events aren't just happening in one straight line. They're moving in multiple directions and dimensions all at once. It's like playing a video game where you're navigating not just on a flat screen, but in 3D world, in a 3D world, moving up and down, side to side, and even through time. Everything is connected, even if it seems contradictory. Now, the law of karma, or cause and effect, which is pretty straightforward. Every action has a reaction. Think of it like knocking over a row of dominoes. Once you push the first one, the others start to fall in sequence. In life, every choice you make sets off a chain reaction of events. If you study hard, you're likely to do well on a test. That's cause and effect. But here's where it gets cool. This law doesn't just work in one direction. It's happening on multiple levels, affecting not just you, but others around you as well. It's like your actions create ripples, influencing everything they touch. Now, the law of inertia. Inertia is all about momentum. If something is moving, it wants to keep moving. If something is still, it wants to stay still. This is why when you wake up in the morning, you notice how hard it is to get out of bed. But once you're up and moving, it's easier to keep going, right? That's the law of inertia in action. This law explains why it's so hard to change habits, whether good or bad. Once you start doing something, it takes energy to stop or change direction. In the universe, energy tends to keep going in a direction it's headed unless something comes along to change it. Okay, so we got 2 more, and then I'll wrap it all up. I hope I didn't lose you. Okay, so now the law of microcosm and macrocosm. Now, this law is all about the relationship between the small and the big. Okay, so imagine a tiny drop of water and then picture the vast ocean. The drop is small, but it contains the same basic elements as the entire ocean. In other words, the same patterns, laws, and energies that apply to small things, microcosm, also apply to big things, macrocosm. It's like when you zoom in and out on a map on your phone, the details change, but the underlying structure stays the same. This law teaches us that everything is connected, no matter how big or small. I hope that was clear, because it actually took me a while to process that law when I first learned about it. The very last one, the law of vibration. Everything in the universe is in motion, even things that look still. Think about how a guitar string vibrates to make sound, or how your phone buzzes when you get a text. Everything from your thoughts to the stars has a vibration. Higher vibrations are associated with things like love, kindness, and joy, while lower vibrations connect with fear, anger, and sadness. When you raise your vibration by thinking positively or helping someone, you're tuning yourself to the higher frequencies of the universe, making it easier to attract positive outcomes. Which is why I don't perform baneful magic on others. I would just protect myself from them. I might use black magic to protect myself, but I have every right to protect myself. They help me figure out where I need to reinforce my tower and cut cords. And they get all that negativity they projected at me and some more shit. It's a fair exchange. Now, let's put everything together. How do these laws connect with the law of paradox simultaneously? I'm glad you asked. Imagine you're a magician in a band. The law of cause and effect. Is like how each note you play affects the music. The law of inertia is like the rhythm that keeps the song moving. The law of microcosm and macrocosm is like how your solo might reflect the entire vibe of the song. And the law of vibration is the energy that everyone in the band is feeling and putting out. The law of paradox, that's the magic happening in all directions at once. The way your solo can be both part of the whole song and its own unique piece at the very same time. Okay, so here's one more example, especially for you sport lovers. Okay, so now imagine you're playing on a basketball team. Okay, so now First, the law of cause and effect is like how every pass, every shot, every move you make influences the outcome of the game. If you pass the ball to a teammate, that action sets off a chain reaction. Maybe they'll make a shot. Maybe they'll pass the ball to someone else. Your actions directly impact the flow of the game. The law of inertia is like the momentum of the game. Once your team gets on a roll, scoring several points in a row, it's easier to keep that momentum going. But when you're stuck in a slump, it takes more energy and effort to break free from it and get things moving in your favor again. The law of microcosm and macrocosm. Excuse me. It's like how your individual performance in the game reflects the overall strategy and spirit of the team, especially if you're point guard or the center. If you're playing well, it can lift the entire team's performance, and how the team plays can influence how you perform as an individual as well. The small actions, like how you handle the ball, mirror the bigger game plan. Now, the law of vibration is the energy and intensity that everyone on the team brings to the game. When your team is pumped up, excited, and focused, you're all operating at a higher vibration, which can lead to better teamwork and more success on the court. If the team's energy is low or scattered, it can drag everyone down. Finally, the law of paradox is the magic that happens when all these elements come together. Your role on the team is both individual and collective. You're playing as one person. Your actions are intricately connected to the whole team's dynamics. It's the paradox of being both a solo player and a part of something much bigger at the same time. Just like how you can be focused on making that crucial shot while also being aware of the entire game strategy. This example shows how these universal laws work together in a real world scenario where every player's actions and energy contribute to the bigger picture, creating a powerful, interconnected experience. So understanding these laws helps you see the world in a whole new way, showing you how everything is connected and how your actions, thoughts, and energy have far-reaching effects. Just like what I explained in my video about my court case. So, dear mystics, as you navigate your own life's journey, remember my story about Orion and Althea and my court case victory. The law of paradox teaches us that life's contradictions are not to be feared, but embraced. They are the ripples in the stream guiding us towards balance and harmony. Thank you for joining me today on Cosmic Chronicles, stories to master your universe. If you found this story inspiring, please give this video a thumbs up. Share it with those who might benefit from understanding how our intentions and magic ripple out into the world. And don't forget to subscribe for more tales of cosmic wisdom. And remember, I love you with that agape kind of love. Keep your intentions pure, your energy positive, and trust that when you ask, you are answered. When you speak, you are heard. When you align yourself with the universe, amazing things can happen. So until next time, stay blessed, be favored, and keep shining. I'll see you in the next video.